Hello and welcome back to Portal 2. Yeah, now, okay, this episode was meant to go up last week, but, Audacity crashed just as I was saving. And so, yeah, I've got to do this whole episode over again. In this one we'll cover chapters, I think this is 5? Yeah, this is definitely 5. 5 and 6. As 5's pretty short, I wanted to, like, try and fit it into, like, one video, obviously. You know, we don't want every series to go on forever. I mean, I know some games are longer than others, but, you know, there's only so much one game has to offer. And, you know, while Portal is a very nice game for the first time you play through, and, you know, learning about the story and stuff like that, in terms of, like, after-the-fact talking, Portal 2 can be kind of hard to talk about. Because, you know, once you get past the basics of, like, the story and stuff like that, it's really hard to, like, try and, like, cover more about like a puzzle game. Obviously, you can talk about like kind of fails you did, even though you should know what to do. Case in point myself, okay. But you know, I do think is this chapter like this is one of my favorite chapters in the whole game, because like you only really got to see like a small part of the manufacturing section in Portal 1. So the fact that like this is a massive section of it, like the turret factory and the neurotoxin factory, and then we get to see the beginning of like below the facility, like, you know, Wheatley tells us about, like, you know, like miles down the facility goes, and the fact it was all sealed off like years ago. And we also get to watch Wheatley hack a door here, smash door. Yeah, since I already know what to do here, it doesn't take too long for me to just get this out of the way, which is good because I'd rather not spend like forever doing this section. You know, this section of the game. I think chapter 4 or chapter 5 is probably the shortest chapter of them all. Well, actually, no. Chapter 5 is pretty long in comparison. I'm just speeding up the footage, so I think yeah, chapter 4 is probably the shortest chapter of them all. I think the longest chapter would probably have to be chapter either 7, maybe 7, maybe 6 or 7. I don't really know. But like, as you can see, like I'm speeding up most of the footage here, but like, there's a couple of sections where I speed up the footage so much that the sound doesn't even come through, and the reason for that is just they're very long cutscenes. So we don't want to be spending our time here waiting for cutscene to pass. So yeah, neurotoxin down, turrets down, and now we're heading off back to GLaDOS in this amazing tube. Hooray! Oh my god, I feel like I'm getting sick looking at this tube at this speed. Imagine riding a tube at this speed. I think this would be an awesome theme park ride. But still, here we confront GLaDOS with the obvious trap she set for us. And here we are, falling down the little, pit. Whee! And this is where I speed up to, like, maximum speed just to get this out of the way. There we go. Now we're here. And basically what happens here is that, GLaDOS gets replaced with Wheatley. Oh, boy, nothing can go wrong with that. Perfectly fine. Wheatley's a good old chap, and he won't hurt us. Hint, hint. I mean, obviously, at this point, when you get in the elevator, you think something's up because you know there's like 4 more chapters to the game, so you're thinking, well, yeah, something bad's gonna happen. And of course, Wheatley goes insane. And Wheatley comes down with us downstairs, down the miles-long tube. Oh, great, now he's gonna punch us into his pit. Joy. Well, bye, Wheatley! See you in 3 chapters. Wait, let me think. 6, 7. No, 2 chapters. See you in 2 chapters. And here we are. Welcome to chapter 6, The Fall, where we fall down a massive pit. Speed up the massive pit. Whee! Okay, end of pit. Yeah, I'm glad that the pit is a very nice place to be, but unfortunately we haven't got time to like hang around in the pit for absolutely ages. So here we are introduced to the below facility areas, where, as explained earlier, was sealed off years ago, and also Burgess took GLaDOS out of the screen. Well, GLaDOS is gone now. I don't know why, but the rock kind of like the rock's texture, like in this area, really looks weird to me. I think it's because it's like how glistening and like colorful it is. Like it looks very shiny, and I don't think rock should look that way. But maybe there's a legit reason for that. Maybe there was a legit reason. I've just forgotten what it was. But whatever, you know, it's fine. You know, it doesn't exactly spoil the game. It just, you know, kind of me think like, huh, that's kind of an interesting texture. Like here it's fine, then it immediately goes back to shininess. But meh, oh well, it doesn't really matter anyway. here we get to a massive, amazingly massive door. Yep, massive, amazingly massive. Upon activating, it opens the huge gate leading towards the mysterious darkness. It's a tiny little door. And here we get to the, well, as you can see, everything's falling apart because obviously Wheatley's now up there and has no idea what he's doing, so, yeah. But here we meet Cave Johnson, the owner of Aperture Science, or at least former owner. He's probably dead by now. In fact, yeah, he's most likely dead. Most definitely dead. So in here, we get introduced to the gels. This is what's coming up next. This is the next game mechanic in this chapter. We have to worry about gels. Now, these gels have different properties. We've got the blue gel, which allows us to bounce in it, propulsion gel. And then we've got the orange gel, which is repulsion gel? Yeah, repulsion gel. I hope that's right, propulsion or repulsion. I hope they got the right way around. Probably not. And then we have white gel, which I actually don't know what the name for it is. I forgot. But whatever. It basically means we can place down portal surfaces on it. Also, I think I didn't even mention what the orange gel does. The orange gel basically allows you to speed up. But the first few test chambers here in this chapter is the blue and well, the blue and red gels. First of all, we deal with blue here. And these test chambers are pretty simple. Like, it gives you a basic idea on how to get used to like the kind of different gels individually, and it gives you a chance to have them all together. Like, I noticed in this game, like, you see, they use all the gels and like all the stuff in the final fight, right? Which is interesting, because the funny thing is right here is that, you know, while the white gel is like the main way you're actually able to beat Wheatley in the end, it's only, I think it's only like 2 test chambers that actually has white gel in it, and it's never used again except for like small segments on the way back up. Because I think in Wheatley's test chambers in chapter 8, you only ever have to do with blue and orange gel. It's never any white gel at all, actually. Interesting. Because the thing is, white gel is extremely hard, like extremely hard to make good test chambers for when you think about it, because white gel allows you to have a portal surface make more portal surfaces. So basically, you're really stuck with the idea of like they can portal anywhere. Like, most of these puzzles are built on the idea that, you know, like you have a set portal surfaces and you got to figure out where to go. But like with white gel, you really got to figure like, okay, what can they do? Like they can basically do anything. So I got to make sure they can't break the puzzle. And that makes sense, you know. It's a very hard thing. In fact, in the test numbers I used to make, I don't think I ever used white gel barely at all. I think the only time I ever made a test number with white gel was by accident, when I had the test chamber was called Blindfolded, where I made the test chambers, well, I should probably guess, blindfolded. As you can see, there's many creative ideas you can do with the blue and orange gel, as seen here, you know, like bouncing off the walls and stuff like that. But it's really hard to try and make stuff for white gel. And I appreciate that they only kept it to a minimum, because if you can't think of ideas, don't just try to shoehorn more stuff in because you want, you know, a bigger game. Like, always keep your game to what you can think of, not like what you want it to be. Well, I mean, actually, that's kind of a bad idea. I mean, you want a game to be something, but, like, don't try and, like, don't force ideas. Like, you know, don't, like, make it into something it's not, you know, going to be. Like, if you, like, let's say, for example, you, like, want to make a 50-level game, and you can only think of, like, 30 levels. Only make 30 levels. Don't try to make 50 levels, because the problem is that you just got filler levels then, and no one really likes levels that are there for no purpose. I'm speaking from experience, actually, because with Prism Collider, one of my games, it was meant to have 100 levels to begin with. Then I thought, no, actually that's way too much, I'll go with 50. Then I thought to myself, you know what, actually let's just stay with 30, because I think 50 is just going way overboard. Because with the mechanics I actually introduced in the game, I really didn't think I could actually, like, you know, try and push it that far ahead, you know, with like 100 levels would be absolutely ridiculous. Like, I barely managed to stretch 30 with the ideas I had. But, like, I mean, the thing is that in Prism Collider, I'm sure there's, like, many ideas I could have come up with to, like, you know, like, extend the game. Like, there was, at one point I was thinking I was going to do a Prism Collider remaster sort of thing, which I did actually put on Greenlight. Didn't go well, but I did put it on Greenlight as, like, an idea sort of thing. But the problem with that is that, like, I only really introduced one new mechanic. It was orange blocks. Because, like, the way the game works, that, you know, it has, like, different types of blocks mean different types of things, you know. And I thought this new type of block, and I was like, okay, I can present some new puzzles with it, but I didn't want to intrude on the original level, so I just made some bonus levels with these new blocks. Yeah, and here, by the way, yeah, let's get back to Portal 2, by the way, before I just start advertising my games. Like, welcome to advertising on the Cypher Show, hooray! Okay, so here we got GLaDOS back, now known as Potato Boss. And now we can get to the end of the chapter.